What's up, guys? This is your boy Memphis Glide coming to you with another video for the channel. I wanted to reach out to you because I went up to Red Bay, Alabama once again. And I went up there because, you know, they have the best tire deals in Alabama. So I went up and I saw David, and I wanted you guys to take a look at how they actually put a tire or take a tire off and on the motorcycle in the rear. I've seen the front, but I wanted to make sure we get an opportunity to look and see how it is done. So if you will, check out my intro. Then right after that, we're going to go straight into the video. So stay tuned. Let's go.
All my tools set out and ready to go.
All right, what we had to do first is go ahead and take the D&D exhaust off, pipe off in the back to get clearance to make sure that we have room to work this tire off the back. As you can see, the exotic custom air ride tank there, and it sits very close to everything, so everything is really tight in there. So, you know, in this 2020 Road Glide, we had to make sure that we are able to get to everything. So taking this exhaust off in the back, you may not have to do that for every bike, but for this bike, my bike, the exhaust, we didn't want it touching anything, so that's why we took it off. And to do this actual thing here, we had to actually jack it up. You'll see the jack right there, and he's going to start working on it right now and to get everything going.
I'm going to start with this 36mm rear axle nut. Stock shocks, a lot of times you'll be all right with any socket, but anytime with air ride you're going to run closer, so we're going to check which socket I've got, and we might even have to take this shock mount loose on the bottom to get to it.
Okay. Say your name for the viewers out here.
Thor Swims.
Thor Swims. All right, Thor is working on the bike today, and he's going to get started and make it happen. But the night before, we was on the expressway, and he knew right then and there that he couldn't touch me no kind of way. So he took the two bolts out of the brake caliper, and now he's going to work.
Pro tip, this caliper in a helmet bag, that way we can lay it right over this bracket with no scratches to the caliper, no scratches to the bracket. Everything stays looking brand new. 36mm bolt.
That's the second tire that's been on there, but that brake right there felt like it was the first one.
It felt like it. Just loosen up our axle some, take the tension off the belt.
Now, you said you just did that. You took the tension off the belt already, or you got to do it?
Yeah, that's when I just now took it off.
How did you do that?
This is a cam style adjuster.
Okay.
So as you'll see, the cam on this, when you rotate it clockwise, scoots the axle back and pulls tension on your belt. And we can go into more on that whenever we get this wheel back on and get ready to set our final tension for it. But that's where all your adjustment comes from. It'll have a cam on the other side too, but you'll turn it on this side to get your adjustment out of it.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. We didn't know that.
And here's that cam we were talking about on the other side. Just pulls right off.
Okay.
Has a keyway in it to slide over and hold tight to the axle.
That bad boy about ready to come off.
We're just about there. And we'll clean this up whenever we get ready to put it back through. Put new anti-seize on it. It just needs a light coat. This one was pretty good. But we always, every time, clean this up, put new anti-seize on it, and we'll check those wheel bearings when we get the wheel off of there also.
Sounds good. Now, that was a washer on the inside.
Yeah,
there.
it's in the inside right between this pulley and the swing arm.
Okay. Now he just dropped the belt on it. You saw the tire start to move.
And on this side here, our ABS sensor right behind this caliper mount will just slide straight down. Might have to wiggle it around just a little bit.
Right.
Slide straight down, leave it hanging.
Does all bikes have an ABS sensor like that?
From now, I think about any new bike you get from Harley, everything comes with ABS and like the RDRS on everything now. And old stuff though that was non-ABS would have just had a metal spacer on it. But about anything newer you're going to see is going to have ABS on it.
Okay. And there she is. Dropped all the way out.
Our pulley is going to slide right out.
No screws.
No screws.
Well, there you go.
You can check these. Sometimes this rubber cushion will be wore out with no more miles than like what you've got. What is it, right at 29,000, almost 30?
Yeah.
Usually they're pretty good in that range. I would say grab a rag. I'm already dirty. We'll fill these bearings. Is what you want to feel for is any roughness in them. Just dried up rough bearings. That one turns free and smooth, no hang-ups.
All right.
This one will be able to see a little bit better. You'll want to feel, you can hear them grinding, feel or hear the roughness in it when you turn it. These here, good and smooth.
Now the proper way to put this on a machine, when you seeing guys put your tires on a machine, so you won't mess up your rim. I see a lot of guys with little teeth marks in their rims and everything.
Yeah, it seems like right here you've got one little spot already.
Yeah.
These are pretty good. A black wheel like that is always easier to scratch than like chrome or bare aluminum. The paint's always easier to chip off.
Right.
But these plastic tabs on this protects it pretty well.
Okay.
We never really have any scratches at all with that. The same as this. There's a plastic protector for the lip of this when you're changing it, and that prevents any scratches that you could have. And that's not saying that the guy's done it wrong or whatever. Sometimes it does happen.
Right.
Anybody can have an accident, but we just try to go as far as we can, keep our stuff in good shape. Of course, right now they look wore down, but
that comes with a lot of work at
I mean,
DC
we're doing
Cycling
this
Racing now.
several tires a day, all day, every day.
That comes with a lot of work from you guys. All right.
We're going to break the tire down, break the bead off of the rim. You'll want to avoid anywhere there's a valve stem, like this particular tire having tire pressure sensor in it.
Yeah.
You don't want to break it down on there and break the tire pressure sensor off. little soapy water around the whole bead, just helps things move along easier. We're going to start in front of this valve stem, so when we pull this bead up, as you'll see in a minute, we're pulling this straight up over this valve stem and that tire pressure sensor, so as it spins around, it's not dragging past it and breaking that off.
Okay.
Same thing again, right back in front of that tire pressure sensor. And we're going to get the other side of the bead pulled up.
God, look at that. I rode that tire. There's no meat on that tire.
No, it's
whatsoever.
gone.
That tire's gone. That was a year ago I bought that tire, I think.
Get a side by side with your new tire.
New tire? My old tire. Look at that. Oh my God.
You got to get your money's worth out of it.
I got more than my money worth out of that one. Oh boy. Golly.
We're going to check around this bead on the wheel. You want to check around that lip, make sure there's no debris, no rubber built up. Just that way we've got a good seal and no leaks. This one's pretty clean, so we're just going to wipe it down.
Yeah, it looks like I should have wiped that back tire down while I was cleaning it. And look at all that dirt and dust. Look at that. Hey, that's what a back tire is for.
Yeah, nobody looks at that.
Yeah. They look at the fancy part of the bike.
Oh yeah, and as fast as you'll be going, they'll never see
Yeah,
it.
they'll never see it. Don't tell anybody else that they didn't wash it though. Guys, that means you don't tell anybody else I didn't wash it.
Go ahead and pull these stickers off.
So we're going back with the same tire, Dunlops, 180, 55, 18s on there. So all y'all know I got an 18 on the back and a 21 on the front. So I like that ride, so I didn't change the back to a 19 or anything like that. I didn't care for that, so I kept it just like the factory. He's wetting the bead so it can easily go on the rim.
Also, while we've got this off, here's our tire pressure sensor we were avoiding breaking earlier.
And that still works, so
we must have done something right.
yeah, it still works. So that's a good thing.
We've got a yellow dot to line up with our valve stem.
Mm-hmm.
That just helps when you're balancing a tire. It'll be closer.
That's the yellow dot he's talking about right there.
And when we're going back on with this new tire, we're going to put that valve stem farther over to this side. That way as it smooths on, like you'll see this bead pull down to about the center of the wheel when it comes across. That'll keep us from breaking that sensor off, putting the tire back on.
Okay.
This arm will just help us keep that bead where we want it. Have to back up a few times on this one to get it. These 18s always fit kind of tight. I'll let you edit out whatever makes me look like I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, you're fine. You're doing more than I would do. That's the power of electronics now.
All right, all the way around. I'll put our valve core back in. And we don't want to get our fingers caught in there.
Yeah. I've seen them pop out. This one's going to do it from this side. There we go.
2 pops. Both sides beaded out. Now we're going to get our 40 PSI. We run 40 front and rear on our tires.
Okay. And they get an opportunity. They do balance motorcycle tires, people. Do balance them.
It does make a difference,
Yes.
especially at high speed.
So if you're not balancing your tires when you put them on, you will get a wobble. And probably some other stuff. So make sure you're doing the right thing.
Gonna spin it with the wheel weights that is already on it. Just see how close it is. Sometimes you'll get lucky and have a perfect 0 the first round. It looks like we're 3/4 of an ounce out. Rotate it around. See where we're at with it. And all of our weights are on this other side here. So we're gonna take those weights off, spin it again.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, you've got weights on the
Right
inside there.
You see those weights? There.
And you've got weights right here on your other side too.
Those weights right there.
Where the shaft on the machine is, and you'll see this is our center point reference.
Okay.
It comes straight across. These 2 arrows, as we rotate this tire, will move around as we rotate them. You see how if you go forward,
Yeah.
arrows come up, back. When you get the 2 arrows pointed to each other, we'll come straight across, and that'll be our point for where we need to put our wheel weights at.
All right. And how much weight do you know?
Well, right now it's asking for 2.5 ounces,
Mhm.
and we've got each one of these little bricks is 1/4 ounce.
Okay. Okay.
Gonna line this up. The notches that go across, you've got notched out places in your wheel. Pretty simple.
Okay.
Pop that right in. Take the pulley. Right in.
Wow.
I'm gonna take and raise this bike up. If you need any help.
This guy's been in the shop all day with us, and we just want to get him on camera because he has the fastest bike at Red Bay. He has a 114, and he says nobody can beat him.
Nobody. Not a single person.
Not even David. So he said David has a toy hauler that will not touch him at all.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
So your name,
Drew.
Drew?
Yeah.
All right. Drew says he can beat David.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, he said he could wax David.
Oh yeah, smoking. Smoking. You won't even see. That's why they call me the Gray Phantom. I'm just a blur.
When is it going down?
September the 24th.
What's happened September 24th?
I don't know what's happening September 24th.
We're going to find out whether Drew can beat David.
Yeah.
Yeah. David is taking no prisoners. He's not even, it's like whatever, Drew knows better.
It might be one of those days that, my clutch just gives out.
Your dress get caught in the chain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I might just go straight up in the air and then have to go like, oh no,
I broke it. I can't do it anymore.
There's a lot of trash talking going on right now. All right. We're back at
That's
it.
all day, every day. You should see when Ronnie's in here.
Oh my goodness. See, that's why you need one of these lifts.
Oh yeah.
You
This
gotta have-
dropout makes the world of difference
Yeah.
without having to jack your bike up a mile high in the air
Yeah.
to get your tire out from under it.
Gotta have one of these lifts. Oh man.
If I had one at home, I'd be spending a lot more money on my bike.
Yeah.
We can go ahead, get our belt just put right back over our pulley. I like to do that first. Our washers that come out of this side, we're gonna wipe it off good. Oh, well, how's that? We'll get this too. We need to take our axle, clean off this old anti-seize and clean it up, put new anti-seize on it before we slide it back through our wheel.
All right.
There's just our thin coat of anti-seize. You don't need a lot, just enough to keep it all coated. For the product we're using, you can pick it up any parts store. Permatex anti-seize lubricant. Got our washer cleaned off. I'm gonna slide it up through where it goes and get this axle started through part of the way just till we can get to the other side and get some more stuff lined up. We've got our brake caliper bracket mount. Just slides right in. We've got our ABS sensor that'll slide right in behind it. You might have to wiggle it around, get it past these rotor bolts, but it will.
Some people forget that sometimes.
If you forget it, it's possible. If you went to a shop that didn't have experience, or even a guy at his house doing this that didn't know what he was doing in a hurry with his buddies or whatever, you get people that make all kind of mistakes, but and anybody can make them.
So sensor, and then the frame mount for the brake, the caliper. Remember that. I'll jack it up a little bit just to get the tire even. There we go. It actually just slid out through. No issue. There you go. sure you wipe off any excess and go back up with it.
We've got our adjuster cam that we pulled off that we talked about earlier for our belt adjustment. This cam, as it slides backwards when you tilt the axle, rides right on this lip on the swing arm, and that's why when you turn this, it'll force the axle further back.
Okay. So that actually tightens it up.
Yeah,
Helps tighten the belt up and
Yeah,
everything.
that's where all your adjustment, it keeps it even on both sides when you rotate it backwards.
Okay.
On my Loctite.
See, this one already got it there, right there. And when you start to tighten it up, it's going to press up against this, and it's going to push that whole thing back. It's going to tighten the belt up and make the rim on both sides where it's even, where there's no crookedness going on. So he'll make sure that happens. But boy, that is a lot of meat on that tire compared to, if that's the meat I had on my tire at first, I'm wrong for doing that.
Blue Loctite, any nut or bolt, there's a few exceptions, but like with what we're doing right now, Harley's vibrate, it's just how it is. Parts will vibrate loose. Blue Loctite on most any bolt on here. There's some things that call for red. There's some things we don't put Loctite on, but a dab on this axle nut, it's worth a quick dab of Loctite just to keep from losing that going down the road at some point. I know it's a tight torque. We torque them to 105 foot-pound, but if you did
Let's
lose
say that again. How many foot-pounds of torque?
this is going to be 105 foot-pound on this axle when we get ready to tighten it.
Okay.
That's part of our belt adjustment like we were just talking about here. We're not getting it adjusted yet. I'm just trying to get everything lined up, but it's how it works. When we rotate this axle, you'll watch the belt, watch the axle, this whole back wheel. When that rotates, it pulls it backwards,
Pulls it back.
and that's where your belt adjustment comes from.
Okay. And you guys, you'll see right here, when he tightened that up, that little, what do you call that?
Oh, this cam?
Yeah, okay, so this went up against the frame, and it actually pushed everything back, and it tightened that belt up. Look at that belt, how tight it is. So that is awesome. And it did it on both sides, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Equal on both sides.
So this is actually locked onto this whole screw that comes across.
Oh yeah. You know the flat spot, the notch where we've got this flat spot on our axle,
Yeah.
and we had the flat spot on the cam for this side. It slides on, so it locks in with the whole axle, and it turns, when you turn the other side, it turns this one to match it.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
I'll get some tools out to start changing this brake.
Oh yeah, we were telling you earlier that we found that I had very little brake left in my back tire there, back end. But we're getting ready to change to the new brakes here and go up with it again.
For the guys at home to do this, there's special tools to spread these pistons back into the caliper. But a guy at home wants to save a few bucks on putting brake pads on. As he's seen, we took the caliper off, take 2 screwdrivers, and it takes little pressure to just push those right back in. There's fancy tools you can buy. We're not worried about hurting these pads. They're done. We're not going to be putting them back on.
All we're doing is undoing the scissors.
Yep.
There we go.
All right.
Guys, we're going to speed this video up for the sake of time. I just want to thank you for watching the video today. This video came to you from DC Cycling Racing up in Red Bay, Alabama, where my friend Thor up there, who works in the shop, He actually came through and put that tire on my motorcycle, the rear tire, and he did a great job. And I thought Thor was very helpful today in showing us how that gets done. So don't forget to get out there and wrench on that bike. Don't be afraid to. Take some pictures, wrench on it, and put it back together just like you found it. I enjoyed you today. Take care. We'll see you next time. Don't forget, Memphis Glide. Keep gliding, baby. Oh my goodness. That's why you need to come to DC Cycling and Racing. Right here, Red Bay, Alabama. Don't forget, come by, see them. You will be burning just like those guys did. Thanks for watching another video from Memphis Glide. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave your comments below and share the video with friends. And don't forget about my new sponsors, DC Cycling and Racing in Red Bay, Alabama. Give them a call. Talk to David. He'll walk you through anything that you want to put on your bike as far as custom engine upgrades, in-house machine shopping, dyno tuning, audio upgrades. And don't forget, they do the best tire deals in Alabama. So, as always, it's been a pleasure. Keep the rubber side down while gliding through these streets.